Hi everybody, welcome back to Silver Lining. On today's episode, we're gonna dive into something a little different. I know on my previous episodes, I've talked about internal healing and emotional healing, but today I wanna talk about something physical and tangible. It is how to heal from autoimmune disease naturally. I was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis when I was 15 years old, and I have struggled with it until this year, and I will probably for the rest of my life, but luckily I have it under control. It's in remission, and I want to let you guys know the tips and tricks I have used to get to this point where I could walk with no pain, where it's not controlling my life anymore. And I know when I was in the depths, in the dark of this disease, it was so consuming, and I couldn't see a light. And I hope that for my viewers, if you are struggling with something like this, that I can help you find your silver lining in it and be a testimony that it really does get better. But there are some core aspects to this that I want to talk about. There are 3 parts: mind, body, and soul. Let's get into the mind, all right? The emotional aspects. I think that any disease is rooted in some emotional discomfort, and I believe that this comes from childhood trauma or just trauma in general. It is so important to let go of what is hurting you, things that you can't control anymore, right? Like if you've been through a lot of trauma, it affects you physically, and if you don't let go of that, it will continue to break you apart. And I just don't want that for you. I wasted so much of my life being so angry and resentful at the people who had hurt me, and it only took a toll on me. It didn't hurt them. It only hurt me. So I think a key aspect to this is forgiving those who have hurt you. And not for them, it's for you. It's for your ability to start healing and letting go of your anger toward yourself for the way you have reacted to these traumatic situations. I really believe that dis-ease in your body, the word disease is dis-ease, right? So there is some sort of dis-ease in your body, and the first most important step to this is to heal that dis-ease, right? Accept things for what they are and move forward, and clear out all the gunk, clear it out, and make room for healing energy to come in. I think that is the biggest part of this healing journey, especially when it comes to healing autoimmune. You have to let go of anything that's stressing you out. Stress will kill you at the end of the day, and it makes you have inflammation in your body. It makes you have pain and discomfort, and it's something that we can control, right? Is letting go of these stressors and the anger and the resentment and move on and make room for the new coming in. Let go of the old, out with the old, in with the new. Another core component to the mental and emotional aspect is speaking your truth. Once you have compartmentalized these situations in your brain of, okay, who hurt me? Why am I so angry still? What can I let go of, right? Once you figure those things out, look inward, right? And start speaking your truth. If you want to tell somebody that you forgive them for what they did, do it. You don't have to physically tell them, but if you want to, if that's going to help you with your healing journey, go for it. Speak your truth. Start standing up for yourself. Make boundaries for your life and what you're going to accept in your life from this point on. It's very important. And the last thing I want to get into on this topic is maintaining a positive outlook. And I know how hard that could be, especially when you can't walk or do the things that you would normally do. You see everybody out living their lives, walking around, the little things, like when I got sick, I couldn't walk. I was bedridden for like a year and a half, and it was very depressing. It's hard to find any glimmer of hope when you can't do the normal day-to-day tasks that everybody's doing. Like, I couldn't clean my house. I couldn't make food for myself. I couldn't go up and down the stairs to do my laundry. It was very disheartening, and it was really hard to stay positive. But there was this little glimmer of hope inside of me that was like, I'm going to get better. No matter what, I'm going to get better. And certain days were better than others. Certain days I really wanted to give up, but there was a voice inside of me that told me I was going to get better. So I really, really want to stress this to you guys. Like, maintain that positive outlook, because it will make this process so much easier. I remember I went to a doctor's appointment and I was happy in the appointment. I was in a wheelchair getting rolled around and going to get my x-rays, and this nurse pulled me aside and said, this is what separates the people who heal and don't heal. It's your attitude. You have such a good attitude about what's going to happen. And I did. I really did. And I really think that that is what helped me heal the most, was just remaining positive through it all. And I just want to let you guys know that, because I'm living proof that it does get better. I couldn't walk 2 years ago, and now I'm walking 3 miles a day. Is everything perfect with my body? No, of course not. But I have reversed a lot of the pain and the joint damage. I don't know how, but if you guys follow these steps, you can too, I promise you. So let's get into the next topic, the physical aspect, your body. What are we gonna change? Okay, what you eat is what you are at the end of the day. Are you eating processed foods? Are you eating sugar? Are you snacking on unhealthy things? Don't get me wrong, I love a good snack, but it's not the best for the inflammation. The sugary snacks, the fried foods, the cheese, the gluten. So we're gonna cut out all processed sugar. We're gonna cut out all dairy and all gluten. You're gonna start eating whole foods. Start cooking for yourself. And I know, trust me, I've been at a point where I couldn't get up and cook for myself. So if you can't, order some food. Just order some grilled veggies, some foods with omega-3s in them, salmon, just veggies, meat, and protein. A lot of protein. Build your muscle back. If you can eat organic, do so, but if you can't, that's okay. Just stick to a clean diet. Another thing I want to say is get 30 minutes of exercise a day. I know some people can't walk the 30 minutes. I couldn't back in the day. So I bought myself a stationary bike, and I would bike for 30 minutes a day. And once you gain up the muscle strength to be able to walk 10 minutes, walk 20 minutes, walk 30 minutes. Slowly increase it. Something that really, really, really helped me was cutting out all of my prescription medications. And this goes from the rheumatologist to the psychologist. My rheumatologist had me on methotrexate, Enbrel, and Humira. These are very expensive medications, $25,000 a month. Without insurance, I was paying $2,500 a month with insurance for these medications, and they were killing me. My liver was failing, my kidneys were failing. I went to a holistic healer. His name is Dr. Go, rest in peace, Dr. Go, but it's called Holy Care, HOLICARE, in Westmont, Illinois. And if you're not in Illinois, just look online for a holistic naturopathic healer. And so basically I went into his office, and he was like, you need to stop these medicines they're giving you. You need to stop immediately. Your liver's failing, your kidneys are failing. My hair was falling out, my nails were falling off. I couldn't walk. I was so skinny. It was terrible. I didn't know that methotrexate was a medication for cancer. It's for leukemia treatment. They didn't tell me these things. I'm just at home twice a week injecting myself with God knows what. and it wasn't helping. And every time I go to a rheumatologist, they just told me it was going to get worse. And the best thing about Dr. Go was that he told me, you are going to get better and we're going to heal this and it's never going to come back. And to be honest, from that point, he was right. And he was the first glimmer of hope to me that I could heal. And something I want to get across to you guys is that you can heal your body naturally. Your body is meant to heal. And I truly believe that these prescription medicines limit your ability to heal. You need to have all natural substances in your body to have it work properly. If you are taking pills every day, you're limiting your ability to heal yourself, and that's just the truth. So I highly recommend going to see a Chinese herbalist. Look it up online, you will find one by you, and they will start healing the root problem. You know, I don't know exactly what they do, but trust me, it works. And I'm still taking herbs to this day, but it takes a while. It takes a lot longer to heal naturally, but it's something that lasts. Medication from the doctors here, it's just like, okay, we're gonna prescribe you this, but it's like a Band-Aid. It doesn't last. It doesn't last, and it makes things worse in the end. So I highly recommend getting off your prescriptions and slowly do it. But the thing is, you have to do this yourself. If you go to a doctor, they're gonna tell you to stay on the medications. Like my rheumatologist told me I couldn't get off the Humira. I'm like, well, I'm gonna. So I got off of it. I started seeing Dr. Go, and within a month, I went and got blood work. They're like, oh, your RA is negative. I'm like, oh, funny. Like my blood was the healthiest it's ever been within a month. And I told her I stopped, and to this day I have not gone back. I just don't believe in it anymore. It was such a dark hole of despair going to these doctors and them seeing you for maximum 4 minutes, and then being like, okay, here's a $25,000 bill. Okay, here, take these cancer medications. It's like, wait, what? And then you just go on with your merry day. Like, no, it's not fair. The thing is, you have to be your own advocate. That's the biggest thing. You have to advocate for yourself in this life. And I know that we're taught to look up to doctors and parents and all this stuff, but like, you are just as smart. You have the ability to do your own research. And luckily, when I got sick, I had so much free time to do so much research. Like, none of my doctors told me to cut out sugar and dairy and gluten out of my diet. None of them told me to go to physical therapy or, you know, do acupuncture. That's another thing I want to get into. Start a physical therapy course, but also go to a physical therapy spot where they give you a deadline of when you're going to get out. Because I went to a physical therapy spot that never gave me a release date, and that is taking advantage of me. It really was taking advantage of me, and not nice to do. Also didn't really give me much hope that I was going to get better, but there are some benefits that I got from that place, and it was stem cell injections and Wharton's jelly injections. Stem cell injections are when they take your blood, they spin your blood, and they take out the stem cells from your blood. It's like this golden juice. They inject it into your joint. I highly recommend that instead of like a cortisone shot, because cortisone shots at the end of the day are going to reduce your bone density, cause fractures in your bones. I had 4 fractures in my ankle, and I was bone on bone. And something that started helping were these stem cell injections and the Wharton's jelly injections. They are not covered by insurance, but it is worth it. It is worth every penny to do, because it grows back your bone, it increases circulation, increases cartilage growth. Another thing was TRT, which is tissue regenerative therapy. They take like a shock wave device and shock your joints and increase the circulation by breaking up scar tissue. So I know I'm saying a lot, but take note of this really. Stem cell injections, Wharton jelly injections, and TRT. Of course, the things that help are not covered by insurance, but I spent my last penny on healing, and I will again. It's so important because if you don't have your physical health, you really can't do anything with your life. You can't enjoy the riches you have. You can't enjoy the property or the trips. Like, you really can't. So it's so important to focus on your physical health and make that a priority. You deserve to be taken care of, and sometimes you just have to take care of yourself. I didn't have anybody around me to help me. It was really dark, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, you could think of the worst case scenario was kind of like my situation. I didn't have a parent to ask for any financial help. I couldn't work. It was so bad, you guys. I don't know how I am here right now, but that gets me into the third aspect. It is the spiritual aspect, your soul, right? We've got mind, body, soul. So the most important of these, I think, is this spiritual aspect, and it is to have faith. Have faith in God. Have faith in a higher power that you will get better. Pray about it. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, it makes me emotional because when I didn't have anybody physically around me, I had God and I had my angels with me. That really pulled me through the situation. I truly believe it's how I was so positive through it all. When I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, they were there seeing it for me and pulling me through and encouraging me and putting the positive thoughts in my mind. And I think it's so important to have a connection to something bigger than you, because these problems could seem all-consuming, and having faith that somebody somewhere bigger than you, that has more power than you, sees a bigger picture for you and a better plan for you, and realizing that this is all part of the Creator's plan for you. It is going to make you stronger. If you survive this, you'll be able to survive anything. And my heart goes out to anybody that is struggling with an autoimmune disorder, because it is a silent battle that we struggle with. And I'm 29. I look young. I look healthy. Like, when I was in the most unhealthy state physically, I looked the best. Do you know what I mean? Nobody would have known until I was hobbling around. Like, so I just want to let you know to have faith in something bigger than you. They will pull you through this. And also, the spiritual side is you have the power to transmute this negative experience into something positive. All of the negative that comes with this can be alchemized, which is transformed from negative to positive. You start to make this pain and this discomfort work for you. When I got really sick, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but that period of isolation and pause gave me the ability to go inward and figure out what I really wanted to do with my life. And I knew that I wanted to create this podcast and help others heal, because I was so alone in those times. I was so alone, you guys. I don't want to get emotional, but I was so alone, and I wish I had somebody to tell me a couple tips on this and help me through it. And that's what I want to be for you guys. So I hope this helps at least one person who is struggling right now with any type of disease in their body, and give you hope that it does get better. And I really think that I went through such a hard disease to battle by myself, because it made me appreciate the good times and the good days where I feel good. And just have a more positive outlook on life and be appreciative of the little things and not take it for granted. Like, don't take that walk outside with no pain for granted. Don't take your ability to walk your dogs for granted, to make a meal for yourself, to go see a friend. Like, just really be grateful for everything that you have. And it really, really, really shifted my entire perspective on life. What is actually important and what isn't. And back to the beginning, what wasn't important were the people who hurt me. The trauma I was carrying that was never mine to carry. You know what I mean? The pain that I was carrying that was never mine to carry. Same for you. Your trauma is not yours to carry forever. It's not. And the people that make you feel like that, let them go. You know what I mean? And another thing that really opened my eyes due to this situation was who was actually there for me in that time and who wasn't. And let me tell you, nobody was. So I had to cut everybody off that I was close to before I got really sick. And best decision I ever made. Start investing in yourself. Pray about this situation and any situation you're going through, and I promise you the answers will be unfolded. You know, you have to have faith. That is such a core component to this healing process, is having faith in something bigger than you. So, and also my last bullet point is surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you. And if that's nobody, that's okay. But don't have people around you that are draining you, because it will take a toll on you physically. And this is real, you guys. It's real. So take care of your mind, your body, your soul. I hope this helped at least one person. This is new for me, you guys, talking about the disease I've struggled with for almost 15 years now. But I am a testimony that it does get better. And if I can heal, you guys can too. I love you so much. Hope you have the best day ever, and I will see you on the next podcast. Bye.